Saturday, I have another brother as well who lives on the south coast.
Okay.
He's got a little 2.5-year-old son.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm popping down there at the weekend, and we're taking the robot down because my brother wants to see it, but we actually want to see what his little 2.5-year-old son makes on it.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. You got to take video. You got to take some videos.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, what I'm hoping to do is I'm just trying to finish off a little kids game with it.
Okay.
But because of the video recognition capabilities in it, we've been able to create a little set of flashcards with farmed animals on it. And the NAO can recognise the flashcards. Okay. So it's basically going to be the NAO will ask the child to find me a cow. And the cow shows the cow, and the robot will then recognise it, and if it's right, react in some way to a dance or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we're hoping to get that finished before we go down on Saturday, just to see what the little 2.5-year-old lad makes of it.
That'd be fantastic. Yeah. 2.5. It's about the right age. Yeah.
It is just about the right age. Yeah. I don't think it could have been planned any better.
Oh, you got to let me know how it turns out.
Definitely.
I'd be really, really looking forward to seeing how that works out. Yeah. Yeah, I guess some people would be a little bit discouraged that, they have an idea and then they can find somebody or something in the development community that's already done it. But I guess that also is inspiring and sharing, because you can get something where you can trigger other ideas or get a leg up.
I think the difference with it is that I'm not sure you find somebody that's done what you're doing. The whole concept in the software of having those little development boxes where you can develop it and then save it off out to a library means that there's a whole bunch of components out there that give you access to a base piece of functionality.
Okay.
And it really comes down to what you then do with it. One of the things that we had to do for the game was we obviously had to generate a random selection of an animal from a set of animals and then actually ask the child to find that particular animal. It worked out that we could have done it with half a dozen relatively standard boxes and a bit of Python. What we ended up doing was compressing it all down into a single component. Just it'll run a bit faster and load a little bit faster, but that then opened up some other flexibility. But we wouldn't have got there without access to the other pieces. So I think they've done a really good job of how the whole thing hangs together.
Sure.
I think the thing that surprised me the most is that you can sit down with it and start with it without actually having to write a line of code. And for a lot of people, that's going to make it, as they move this forward and it becomes more popular and more generally available, that's actually going to be the piece that makes it acceptable to people, usable.
Oh, yeah.
It's clever stuff that they're doing with it. Really clever stuff.
Yeah, I don't have much hands-on experience with it because I don't have a NAO myself, but what I was able to play around with and what I saw other people doing with, like choreography, was, it was so powerful. It was like, okay, click in here, click, being able to go down several levels and change things and then go back up again. And then, okay, all I have to do is change these parameters and it works. And it's like, that's wonderful. I wish I had that with other languages or with other applications.
Very, very clever. Yeah. I must confess, it's one of the most unique environments I've worked in, and it all just seems to work. And quite amazing. As I say, I've just been so pleased with how quickly things have moved forward since I've had mine. But I mean, I suppose I'm only a couple of 3 weeks into this, so
you're 3 weeks into it, but you're already doing things like this game, the game development, and with any other robot, that we've been involved with historically, either the robotists are going back to the Kondo or others. You'd be lucky to be even you'd have it assembled, and you'd
Yeah.
be trying to take the first steps and falling on your face all the time or something. So,
Yeah.
that's
So
great.
it's quite a unique environment. And as I said to you in the emails, it's off again. um, as I said in the emails, one of the most interesting parts is, of course, the whole anthropomorphic element to it, and the fact that he does engender a real sense of caring in people. His personality, and I think it's one of the first of the humanoid robots that I've seen that actually does that. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the guys, and I must confess, I love some of the pictures and things that you've published on your blog, where, again, the Japanese guys at the Robot One really seem to take it to the next level with the outfits and and the whole personality piece.
Right.
But now you take him out of the box, you turn him on, and he has that presence straight away. Really interesting watching the way people react to him and stuff. So, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, let me throw something out there. I mean, with the Robo One stuff, with Dr. Gee or Dynamizer or something like that, they're fantastic. I mean, the abilities are really, really great. But at some level, it's more performance art. Okay, so you see it, you appreciate it, especially as a designer or developer, you know what went into it, right? But my impression with NAO is it's engaging. There's the empathetic. Do you see that? Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, definitely. I just think although they're all still robotics, they're so different in the approaches. I mean, it's interesting. I've still got a Bioloid sitting on the side. I've still got a track robot with a vision system sitting there. They all get used at various times, but I must confess I haven't found anything that has dragged me in quite as deeply as this one has. And it is about the personality aspect for me.